According to Pablo Picasso, the purpose of art is washing away the dust of daily life off our souls. If the great Pablo Picasso tells you that painting could lift the weight off your soul, wouldn't you pick up a paintbrush? The validity of arts programs in schools has been up for debate for many years now, and despite there not being much concrete argument against the values of arts programs, a nationwide survey of arts education conducted in 1989 by the University of Illinois at Champaign-Urbana found the amount of class time devoted to the arts and the number of schools that taught children to play instruments has declined since 1962. How many times would you say you were exposed to the arts in your school career? Have you benefited from college arts classes before? What benefits do you think participating in the arts classes has on education and personal well-being? Arts programs are an essential part of our education, and the benefits are staggering. Participation in the arts can relieve stress, boost one's creativity, strengthen mental health, improve critical thinking skills, and make one more empathetic and tolerant. All of these benefits, yet college students rarely take arts classes unless they are specifically there to pursue a degree in the arts. Arts classes should be a general education requirement for college students. I will be discussing the dismantling of arts programs within schools, how this has affected college students, and solutions to foster artistic endeavors. For the last few decades, schools across the country have faced decreases in school funding, which has led to the cutting of arts programs in schools, as schools focus more time and money on core subjects like English language arts, math, science, and social studies. These cuts to arts programs come despite Americans for the Arts nationwide public opinion survey poll conducted in December 2015 by Ipsos Public Affairs, showing that the American public overwhelmingly believes arts make up a well-rounded education, that arts are important at all grade levels, that out-of-school arts experience is valuable as well. If the public feels this way, then why do arts programs get cut? It's because arts are not tested or considered in the Common Core state standard, in which school score could result in less funding and further cuts to the arts. It is the Common Core standards, state standards, that are taken into account by colleges when admitting students, which leads to schools holding more values for not arts. But do colleges really want students that lack the qualities that students who've been exposed to the arts have? According to a 2019 survey from the National Association of Colleges and employers are interested in hiring professionals with skills that can be strengthened through participation in the arts, such as written communication, problem solving, teamwork, and taking initiative. If colleges, employers, and the American people value arts and the traits it brings out in students, why do we keep sacrificing our arts programs in the hopes of improving core standards? The unfortunate outcome of students not being exposed to arts in lower education is that they are more unlikely to pursue it when it gets to college. Can you guess which students will go to college with very little participation in the arts classes? A 2012 report by the U.S. Department of Education showed a decline in arts education programs for students in low-income communities in Title I schools, to which then U.S. Education Secretary Arne Duncan called an equity issue and a civil rights issue. This report shows that students who could benefit the most mentally from the arts are also the least likely to have access to these arts programs. A survey conducted by the JED Foundation of 200 colleges across the country found a high proportion of students are dealing with anxiety, followed by social isolation, loneliness, depression, trouble concentrating, difficulty coping with stress in a healthy way. College students have always experienced disproportionate levels of anxiety and depression due to the stress college has on students' lives. Yet arts classes, which are known to relieve stress and boost mental health, are rarely given as a solution to students. How much do you think it costs to participate in arts classes in college? Would you prefer to pay for art supplies to take an arts class, or paying for a textbook you might never open again after taking a general ed class? College students should take a real look at investing their time and money in art classes the same way they do in GE classes. You can sign up for an arts class the exact same way you sign up for any other class. And the cost of materials is on par with most books other classes would require you to buy or rent. If taking an occasional art class could help improve your performance in your classes, why wouldn't you weigh the costs and benefits? On top of improved performance in your classes, the benefits of arts classes to your mental health in a stressful environment like college is immeasurable. Seeing as arts classes are not currently considered a general ed requirement, and we students shouldn't hold our breath in that happening anytime soon, it is important to take our class schedules into our own hands. But if taking an arts class in college isn't an option, students should strive to take their own artistic endeavors through clubs, community outreach, community outreach and personal pursuits. One community outreach to consider here in Pasadena is the Armory Center for the Arts, which is a nonprofit and donor-supported independent institution for contemporary art exhibitions and community arts education, with classes taught by professionally trained educators who are also practicing artists. They also offer scholarships to eligible adult students, teens, and children to take any class for 1 year. Students should approach arts not with the mindset of what they could make from art, but what arts could do for their mind and personal betterment. Arts classes should be a general education requirement for college students, but in the meantime, students should empower themselves by taking arts classes anyways. I've talked about the dismantling of arts programs within schools, how this has affected college students, and what students should do in response. Will you be heeding the words of Pablo Picasso and picking up a paintbrush? I encourage you to.